Welcome to Wildcooking. I'm Ari Silman, and I'm here to show you that college cooking can be more than just Easy Mac and Hot Pockets. And you don't have to spend that much either. On today's episode, we'll be making a nice romantic dinner for two. We're going to be making bruschetta and a nice simple spring pasta. So for the bruschetta, you're going to need a nice loaf of bread, some garlic cloves, half a lemon, some basil leaves, a tomato or two depending on the size of the tomato, some nice olive oil, and some salt and pepper. So the first thing you have to do for bruschetta is cut up the bread. Now you want to cut up pieces that are nice and manageable in size, not too large so that they're cumbersome to eat, but not too small that you can't put the bruschetta on top of the bread. So what you're going to do is cut it down the middle and down the half if it's a really long piece of bread, and cut into nice sized squares, maybe 3 inches by 3 inches if you can, or nice small circles. Then after that, you're going to stick it in the toaster. Once it's out of the toaster, you want to take the peeled garlic and rub it on the pieces of toast. Careful, because it's going to be a little hot, so you might hurt your hands a little. But what you want to do is rub the garlic on the bread until the bread becomes shiny, and it'll be pretty apparent when you see it. After that, you want to take the tomato and basil and cut it up finely. The tomato should be in really small cubes, no bigger than ½ inch, and the basil should be diced into really fine little bits of leaf. And you also want to chop up the garlic. And then once you've done that, put it all in one large bowl, squeeze the lemon on top of it, and put some olive oil in and salt and pepper to taste. And stir it around and taste it up. And if it tastes good, then just let it sit for a while, because the longer it sits and mingles with all the flavors, it's going to taste, the better it's going to taste. Take the bruschetta mix and scoop some of the bruschetta mix on to the piece of bread. Just make it look nice, present it, lay it down on the plate. You can do this with just however many you want. You just want it to look appetizing, because looking good is half cooking. Now for the pasta recipe, you're going to need, of course, pasta, whichever one you choose, linguine, spaghetti, or any sort of standard noodle, asparagus, spinach, lemon, garlic, basil, feta, salt, pepper, and olive oil. So the first thing you want to do is take the pasta and put it in a boiling pot of water with salt. The salt is to flavor the pasta. You don't want to put too much in though, because otherwise it's going to be really salty and not taste good at all. So while the pasta is cooking in the boiling water, you want to take the spinach and the asparagus and the garlic and the basil, and you want to chop them up. For the asparagus, you probably want to chop them into 1-inch size pieces. For the spinach, you really just want to cut off the stem and just have the leaf with a little bit of stem at the end. For the basil, you want to chop it up finely, and same thing for the garlic. Now once they're chopped, what you want to do is put the garlic and the basil in a pan with some olive oil and let it cook slowly on low heat until you can really smell the garlic and the basil. And that's your sign to put in the rest of the vegetables. You want to put the spinach and the asparagus in and cook them until they're almost about done. So once the vegetables are almost ready, what you're going to do is take your pasta, which cooked and drained, put it into the pan. Once the pasta's in the pan with the vegetables, what you're going to do is take your lemon and squeeze it over the pasta, get it all around and stir it around. And you're also going to take salt and pepper, and you're going to pour those in too, and you're going to season to taste. And you want it to be citrusy, a little bit lemony, but you don't want it to be too lemony. You don't want the lemon to overpower it. So make sure to keep tasting the sauce and make sure it's agreeable to you. And the last thing you want to do is take the feta and crumple it up. Get it nice, or you can buy the pre-crumpled feta. And now that the pasta's done, you want to take the pasta and plate out a portion for yourself, for your lady friend, or your gentleman friend. You want to take it, spread it out, make it look nice. Finish it with a little bit of nice olive oil, not too much, but just a little bit. And garnish with some more feta. And squeeze, if you have any left, a little bit of lemon on as well. And that's it. It's really simple, really tasty, and really healthy for you, and it's also really cheap. And I promise you that this will make your date amazing.